Welcome everyone. So we are going to do a really quick remake of our take-home coaster kit. I know that we have some videos out there already, but we just wanted to show you a couple new updates compared to the former videos from the kits that we made a few years ago. So if you are doing the wood coaster take-home kits, there are a couple of things that we want you to know, and we're going to go over for this video. So in your kit, you are going to receive 4 wood coasters. They should all be individually wrapped. You're going to receive a set of vinyl stickers. These are your designs. You're going to receive a few of these black dots. These black dots are actually going to go on the bottom of your coaster. They are to help kind of keep it as a anti-stick, or they'll make it so that they can catch a little bit more. So you'll get 16 of them. There will be 4 per coaster, so 1 for each corner. You're also going to receive a bottle of Mod Podge. You're going to receive some foam brushes. We'll talk about them here in a second. You're also going to receive some paint, and then you might also receive a glass jar in here if you chose the stain. So paint is in the plastic container, the glass jar is the stain, just because otherwise the stain would eat at the plastic container. So that is what is in here. So if you need to, you know what that is, and they should all be labeled for you. And then that should be all of the main supplies in there. So we're going to go through really quick a few steps that have changed from the other videos, so you're aware of them and what that's going to look like. So in the videos that you're going to see with some other instructions, those are all going to be videos on these thinner wood coasters. Obviously, we are not using the thin wood coasters anymore. We're using the thicker ones. So these are going to hold up a lot better. These ones had the cork backing. These ones are going to have the sticker backings. One thing, if you want to with your wood coasters, these should be fairly well sanded down. There might be a little place on the sides that might need a little sanding. So if you want to sand them, you can sand them. Otherwise, they should be good to go. Additionally, with your coaster, the best suggestions that we have found is that you are either going to paint on top of stain, or you can paint on top of a plain sticker or plain coaster. So what we would not recommend is not doing the staining on top of a plain coaster. What you're going to see is that you're going to commonly get these little bleed marks, and we're going to try and reduce that. So we're going to talk a little bit about what that's going to look like. Additionally, you can get those bleed marks on your other coasters. So you can kind of see here how we got the bleed marks. We'll talk about how to reduce your chances of getting those bleed marks. So the very first thing that you are going to want to do is figure out what method you're going to do. So are you staining first? You're going to stain. This is going to come up from coaster video number 2. We're going to show you how to stain your coasters. In your package, you do have some foam brushes. In the video, I do show how you can use a old t-shirt rag. I would suggest using the old t-shirt rag or the foam brush. You're going to want some gloves as well, because you don't want to get stain on your hands, obviously. So the foam brushes, if you use the foam brushes, have a chance of providing too much stain. And the nice thing with stain is when you put it on, you can wipe it off. And so to make sure that you get just the right amount of stain on there, I would recommend some either rags. You can use the foam brush in there. We do have the foam brush if you would like it. So these might soak up a little bit more stain than the small ones would. So we gave everyone about a half jar of the stain. So you're going to want to watch video number 2 and do the staining. The next thing that you're going to want to do is obviously let them dry. Another suggestion that I would do is we are not providing you sealant with them, but if you are going to paint on top of a stain, you might want to seal the top portion of your coaster that is stained. So using some sort of a sealant, you could use a spray sealant. Spray sealants are not my favorite water sealant or a wood sealant treatment. I would do some sort of a liquid. You can get them at Ace, you can get them at Walmart. I would get a can. You can choose from like a glossy finish or a matte finish. These would all be like just a traditional matte finish style. So make sure you could do that. That's also going to help reduce any peeling when removing the vinyl. So once those are dry, now it is time to do our vinyl. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what that is going to look like. In the videos with the vinyl, you are going to see that some of them have like a little corner piece so you can find your corners and edges. We're not going to have those on these. So we're going to show you really quick what that's going to look like. So we've cut these to be about 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So that is the size you're going to have. I'm going to put this design on here. These are still removable vinyl, so it's going to be easier to peel. So here's where the differences from those previous videos are going to run. You can use a scraper to make sure that all of your edges are down. So if you want to use a scraper or a credit card, you can use those if you have them. In that video, I also showcase and show how you can use your fingers. You just want to make sure that the vinyl, the black vinyl, is touching the contact paper, this clear sticker on top. Some of them do have these little air bubbles. We tried to get them out as best we can. So if you have a spot that has an air bubble, really make sure that you're pressing down. That will help make sure everything is sticking just the way you want it to be. All right, so let's say that I am doing this on a stained surface or I'm doing it on my regular. I'm ready to go ahead and stick these stickers to them. We're going to go ahead and give a quick rundown of how to use the vinyl. So vinyl is like a sticker. Once I have the contact paper on top, this is to make sure that my design from my vinyl is going to transfer once I pull the back off. Once the back is off, it is going to be sticky and then I can put it on my sheet. Okay, I know my video is jumping and I don't know why, so I apologize. So I'm going to go ahead. You can tell I've been messing with paint today. My nails are lovely. Once you get the back ready, you can slowly start to peel. The reason we want to make sure all of those areas are stuck to the sheet is that there's a chance they could stick to your backing when you peel them off, and you don't want that. Some of those designs have really small, intricate details, so we don't want to make anything stick. We want them all to be on this vinyl. All right, there we go. So we have our vinyl. The next thing you're going to want to do is on your coaster, find where you want it to lay so that they're even on there. Those other corners would have helped make sure that they are square on there. You want to try and get it about as square as possible here. And we did try to leave just a little bit of extra room on the coasters or around the edge so that if you're painting, you're not getting on those other pieces. So once you have all of your sticker on here where you want it, I would go ahead and just rub down those edges, and I'll tell you why it's going to be important here in a second. So we're going to get all these edges, and then I'm going to go ahead and, if you have like a sharp object, you can get it, but you're going to take this clear plastic and start peeling that up. You want it to peel away from the removable vinyl. But I also want to make sure that my vinyl stays down. So now I got it peeled. I'm going to hold on to my vinyl, and I'm going to slowly, this is where you want to go slow. You don't want to go too quickly. I'm going to just slowly peel these back and make sure that my vinyl is still stuck to my coaster. Now, if you have those little bubbles, this might be where something wants to stay on your sheet, and not stick to your coaster. So if that's the case, make sure you're really sticking that on there and making sure that everything is where you want it to lay. If you've never used vinyl before, this is going to be one of those times that might be the most frustrating, trying to get used to it. Sometimes they want to stick, sometimes they don't. And of course I'm using like an older wood coaster that's been in my office for a while, so the texture of it might be different. And if you have an issue with something too, you can always come at it from a different angle. Like if it doesn't want to stay one direction, you can try and bring it from the other. So remember when I said you want to press really hard on all of those little spots. This is why. You want to make sure it's sticking like it should. All right, I'm going to peel the rest of this and we'll come right back. Okay, so now we have all of our sticker down. I'm going to go through and I'm just going to make sure that I have all my lines pressed down, because the next step is that I am going to paint my design on through my stencil. So we want to make sure that we're not bleeding anywhere. So like this was a good example here. We don't have a lot of bleed lines, but we can still see a few of those in there. Like we can still see a little bit in the corners. So we want to make this as sharp as possible. So this time around, we do have a couple of different options. Obviously, if you've stained or whatever, you can already have it sealed, which would help. Or we have given everyone a little bottle of Mod Podge. Now, Mod Podge dries clear, so what you can do is use a little bit of this, take your foam brush, and apply Mod Podge in each of the little creases where you have the vinyl touching the wood. This is going to put like a little protective sealant barrier on your wood, so when you pull up the vinyl, it should create like a little lock and none of it will bleed. So you can just take a little foam brush and then you can just dab it in those corners. You don't want a lot, you just want a little bit. Dab it in those corners and let that dry, then paint on top of it. So it will pick up the paint. It will not leave any residual residue there. And then when you are done, when you peel everything off, you will have clean, crisp lines. All right, so those are the new changes that we have for the new kits this year. Remember, you're going to want to make sure that you are staining first if you have the stain. And then I would go ahead and put a sealant on, a wood sealant, to protect your coasters before you apply your vinyl and paint. With a sealant, you're going to want to let it dry really good, because otherwise it'll get really tacky and sticky and then you'll be pulling everything off. Okay? Once you get your design down, go slow. That vinyl piece again here, we showed you how to apply it here. Go slow. Make sure you rub down all of your creases. Once you have your creases done, then go through, apply a little bit of the Mod Podge into all of the areas where you have an edge there. That's going to make sure that we have clean, crisp lines. Because you are going to have a little bit of a sealant down with your vinyl, you can use something like a picker or something that has a little bit of a sharp end to help you get these little pieces out. The more paint you apply, the thicker your design is going to be. I think this one was dabbed on about 4 layers. This would be, I think, video number 3. In the series, it'll say video number 3, and then we will show you in video number 4 how to remove everything and finish it out. So if you have any questions on anything with the kit, please reach out to us here at the extension office and we'll help get everything wrapped up for you. So thank you again for your participations with your take-home kits, and we hope you have some fun with your new coaster projects. Can't wait to see them.